Aloha everyone, I'm Sahara's son, and today I'm coming to talk to you about what conscious healing means to me and what this conscious healing movement is about. So conscious healing really kind of came in during my own healing journey with Lyme disease. In order for me to get to where I am today, which is feeling better than I ever have in my adult life, I had to treat myself medically. I had to address all of the mental perceptions I had in my mind that were affecting my body, and I also had to address my spirit and how I engaged with the world. Because I was already a healer and was already studying all the different forms of medicine, from indigenous cultures all the way to Western medical procedures and diagnostics, I started to really understand how important it is to integrate all aspects of ourselves when we begin to heal. And what that means to me is recognizing that everything in our reality outside of us is a classroom, a learning experience, a lesson to show us how we actually perceive our inner reality. And so some of the things I might share with you today might actually rattle you, might make you want to dismiss what I have to say, might make you want to judge me or somehow form a story about me as to why you don't like what I'm saying. And conscious healing is the invitation to say, oh, wow, I'm feeling and perceiving all these different things about this person in front of me. This is information about what's going on inside of me. So if what I share with you in this video rattles that cage inside of you, triggers you, makes you feel like somehow that you want to prove me wrong in some way, the invitation in conscious healing is to say, okay, well, why do I want to prove her wrong? What is it in my belief system that is creating separation from connecting to this person in an authentic, true way and allowing me to be authentic with that person that I might be judging? And that happens inside of us when we judge the part that thinks we're fat, when we judge the part that thinks we should be in a different place than we are, the part of us that judges that we should be in a different socioeconomic bracket, the part that judges that we didn't get an A on our test, the part that judges the doctor for not giving us enough information about our health, the part that wants to judge our partner for not getting our needs met in the relationship. Every dynamic that we have in interacting with each other and in our environment and nature is an opportunity for us to continue to cultivate ourselves so that we can grow into the divine exact blueprint of what we were brought into this world being. This is the trick. For 2,000 years or more, humanity has been running on a belief system that is the equivalent of when the Romans believed that using this particular powder for their skin was going to make them beautiful, and then they come to find out, oh, it's arsenic, it's poisoning us, this isn't good for me, and all these deaths occurred from the Roman women using arsenic in their powder, and that's when they discovered that arsenic was deadly. So then, of course, the belief system changed. I don't want to use that. That's deadly. We're in a belief system in humanity right now that success, power, achievement, acquiring, doing, producing are all ways in which we are deemed to be productive, valuable members of society where we will be accepted. But that belief system is just like the arsenic in the makeup. That belief system is what is telling us to be a certain way, and yet we're killing ourselves and the planet in the process. So now it's becoming more and more paramount, more and more apparent to most modern civilizations that how we are engaging our world, how we're showing up, all the different things that we are acquiring, all the different things that we're buying are causing devastation on this planet, are causing suffering in other places of the planet, are destroying our waters, corrupting our soils, putting toxins and pollution everywhere. In the Egyptian teachings, the Hermetic teachings, the Hermetic law is as above, so below, as within, so without, so the universe, so the soul. That phrase really applies to healing oneself and healing each other and humanity. Whatever it is that we do inside of ourselves is going to create a ripple effect that will contribute to shifting how we show up as a human species on this planet. And that's what I want to talk about in this conscious healing blog and in all the different videos that I'm going to be producing, as well as articles, is really helping us to begin having authentic, transparent conversations about how, as long as we keep learning and cultivating a new way to see ourselves, to see each other, and how we interact with our planet, we have the capacity to change. We have it. I know we do, and I believe that we do. That is my belief system, is that humanity is sick right now, and all we really need to do to heal that is a shift of perspective. And the reason I came to that understanding is because as I healed within myself, my outside world began to heal. Relationships I had began to heal. The way I engaged the world healed. It wasn't something that I wanted to take and acquire and become and not think about things. It shifted to holding a plastic razor in my hand and then saying, I wonder what happens to that plastic. Where does it go? All these years, my whole life, I shaved my legs with a plastic razor. That's what my mom gave me. That's what my sisters used. I never thought of another way. And that's really the truth of it, is we've had so many generations holding this belief system in our ancestral DNA, in the programming of ourselves and how we vibrate. This is all stuff I'll start talking about in conscious healing. All that stuff that we vibrate out is a blueprint of our past generations, of our ancestry, and then we play them out in this modern world in different ways than our forefathers once did, and our foremothers, but it's still similar wounds. And so the example of me with the razor, and all of a sudden I say, is there another way? And then I went and I looked up that I can buy a non-disposable razor, and it was this huge epiphany for me. It's like, all these years I just bought a regular old plastic razor without thinking about it, and now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm realizing. Then I had to start looking at the emotions behind it, which were, why did I believe that in the first place? Why is it that my family taught me this when it's so destructive? So instead of getting angry, instead of judging, instead of trying to find some way to separate ourselves from somebody, what they're saying about the suffering on the planet, say somebody hears about the rainforest burning, a person will automatically have a feeling, a moment of, well, what is little old me going to do about it? I'm back here in the United States, the rainforest is burning, so what if I have a cheeseburger? It's just one burger. You know, I don't know where that meat came from. It's too much. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not going to do anything about it. And same with my razor. All of a sudden I started thinking about, well, why am I shaving in the first place? And I did research about that, which I'll make another video about. But I did research about, well, why am I doing what I'm doing? And then I had this anger in a way of thinking about all of the waste that I have produced throughout my whole life, simply because I didn't know another way. And our parents didn't know another way, and their grandparents didn't know another way, and so on. The way was taught to us so that we could be oppressed into a box of what powers that be deemed the societal norm. And anybody who was wild or savage and didn't comply were considered to be a threat. And so we have massive genocide all over the planet for hundreds and hundreds of years where this has occurred. And so people are starting to wake up. you're starting to realize that how I'm living somehow is not in alignment with my health, with my heart, with my happiness, and how I'm living is destroying the planet. And how I acquire my food is destroying the planet, or enslaving a person, or horrible experiments on animals so that I can have this product. And we start seeing this, and now it's coming more and more to the surface. Things are becoming more and more heightened, more and more transparent. And the thing that we need in order to navigate this is emotional preparedness. So as humanity finds a way to heal itself, which is healing ourselves first, individually, putting that oxygen mask on ourselves first, so that we can then go out and express what we authentically want to contribute to this planet. I may be making these videos mainly because I feel it's important to get this information out. You may feel called to begin making art for the first time when you've settled for a job over and over again. And your mind's going to say, well, what does that have to do with saving the planet? And this is where the conscious healing conversations are going to come in to play, because it does. If you are operating in what they say in Hawaii by your kuleana, which is how I translate it, is it's your soul responsibility, what you came into this planet to do, what your soul was meant to do, you're going to find that when you operate from your soul responsibility, from your kuleana, that you're creating a vibrational frequency in you. You're creating an awareness and an awakening of how you actually are connected to this planet, how you actually are living a life that you authentically deserve to have. And we begin helping one another and putting aside the culture and the creed and the religion. And we begin to realize that to create a new earth for a new humanity, it just begins with changing our belief systems. So conscious healing is unraveling all those belief systems. So that we can learn from each other. We can learn what it means to recognize what our authentic nature is versus the nature that we were taught we had to be. And the way in which we operate in this society is way too hard for our nervous system. We were not genetically built to run this fast-paced, under this much chemical exposure, under this many ideas of having to fit in and be accepted in order to survive. That's an illusion. So we're here to unravel the illusion, forgive it, and find and tap into what we already know. It was already born inside each and every one of us. I just never forgot. And everyone else out there either never forgot or they are trying to remember. So let's remember together. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sahara Sun, and join me on my website and through the Conscious Healing blog to learn more. Aloha. Love you. Bless you.